Millennials spend 10 hours each week on dating apps. Both men and women log on 9 to 10 times per day. It's no wonder this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But if all of these apps have some method or system for finding us a partner, what is taking so long? It's the equivalent of an easy weight loss plan, says Dr. Samantha Joel of Western University, whose own research to predict romantic interest was less than 0% accurate. This is a quote from her published research. These results suggest that compatibility elements of human mating are challenging to predict before two people meet. And that's the key phrase, before two people meet. The truth is, to find love, you just have to meet the right one. You, your parents, your friends, your algorithms, your dating apps just have no idea who you will fall for. It's as unpredictable as an earthquake. So welcome to Daytz, the dating app that doesn't promise love. We promise dates. Hi, my name is Amy Jim, founder of Jim Technology and architect behind the system Daytz. I am a mathematician and research scientist. Generally speaking, I solve problems, but more importantly, I'm also a single parent, and traditional dating apps were not working for me. I got a lot of matches, but not a lot of dates. Sometimes I was so busy, I didn't have time to even fill out the questions to sign up for the app. Forget all of those questions. Forget all digging through photos and answering all the questions about yourself and who you're looking for. What you're about to see is a fundamentally new approach to connecting single people using mobile technology. What is the problem we're trying to solve? Dating algorithms can't predict love. And the other type of dating apps are just catalogs, the swiping model. You're just swiping through thousands of people. Hinge found that 1 in 500 swipes on that system, on that style of dating app, will lead to a phone number. How many thousands before you actually get a date? Swiping through thousands of profiles creates a problem in and of itself called overwhelming choice. And some apps are trying to solve this problem by shortening the number of matches you have. For example, Coffee Meets Bagel gives you one a day, but that's only 365 year of people to look through. You can pay to see more, of course. Hinge is allowing users to like content instead of just liking the entire profile, but it still basically doesn't solve a lot of the same problems with dating apps. Daytz is a solution that narrows down your choice into a reasonable amount of people to sort through by a very practical way. Who's free when I am? Matching with somebody based off schedules might not sound very romantic, but we all have very real-life constraints. Some of us work nights and weekends, some of us are single parents with a very rare free night out, some of us travel for work, or maybe we have a ticket to a show and we want to date on a specific date. So how does the system work? When you open the Daytz app, you'll be faced with a calendar interface. You choose the date you want to go out. Once you post a video similar to Snapchat or TikTok that is pinned to that date, once you post your video saying what you want to do or what you're interested in doing, you can then watch videos of other people who are free on the same day as you and find out what they're interested in doing that day as well. Now, unlike other dating apps, you don't have to make a permanent binary decision as soon as you see another profile. Meet the founders of Lolly, a couple college students who landed funding for their dating app startup for what they call TikTok meets Tinder. This idea has been copycatted since I first found them. The idea is that instead of, when looking at a profile, having to swipe left or right, or essentially say yes or no, before moving on to the next profile is a problem. So what they came up with was what they call TikTok meets Tinder. It's a scrolling video feature, just like Snapchat, so you can look through the profiles and not have to make a decision right then. However, Daytz goes one step further and also solves that binary choice. Because once I do decide, I still only have to say yes or no to this profile. Well, what is it I'm saying yes or no to? Yes, I want to chat with this person. Yes, I want to go on a date with this person. Yes, I want to hook up with this person. In today's hookup culture brought to you by swiping apps, there's a lot of pressure for people to engage in hookup culture rather than seek meaningful relationships. A lot of apps get these reputations of being a hookup app or where more serious people go to find partners. At Daytz, we are the app for everyone. It doesn't matter if you're looking for something short-term or long-term, casual or meaningful. You don't have to just say yes or no. We have the spark meter, an algorithm we've named Cal. Cal has 6 inputs, including sexual, romantic, and platonic as attractions. There's also long-term potential, emotional, and intellectual attraction. Using a combination of these buttons and scales, a user can be very articulate about how or what interest they have in another profile. Why is it they want to go meet this person? Why is it they want to talk to this person? What type of attraction are they feeling? What Cal does is analyzes the inputs of the two users who potentially might go on a date, and as long as they're on the same page and looking for the same thing, they will be introduced. They're already free on the same day. They already know they're looking for the same thing. They already know they're interested in each other. They're going to go on a great date. No wasted time about figuring out schedules. No awkwardness figuring out we were not on the same page. Everything has been handled by the system before the chat starts. When entering these inputs into Cal, that's when users are spending money on our app. Every user will get a bucket of coins to use every month. Those coins are spent using the game-like interface where you enter your attraction, which is anonymous and is only inputted into the algorithm, by the way. So what are the other ways Daytz makes money? There's 3 ways an app can make money. Daytz does all 3. Ad revenue. We are a perfect spot for restaurants, live music venues, festivals, pottery classes, anything that would be a fun first date. We can incorporate that into the calendar. So we're not only giving you a small pool of people to look through who you might want to hang out with on a particular day, but also a small pool of events and places you might want to go on your date. The in-app purchases, when you run out of coins, you can always buy more. You can also buy our premium features a la carte, as well as pay for membership monthly so that you just have those all the time. Premium features include things like location data, which tells you how much of a drive time you're looking at various parts of the day. Something that's very important for planning logistics of dates. If you're in a big city with a lot of traffic, a few miles at 5 o'clock can mean something much different than a few miles at 12 o'clock. The Daytz team is a growing team of talented professionals who are dedicating their time, networks, and in some case equity, financial investments in order for equity into our company. So a lot of people are excited about the idea and excited enough to join our team and work for the future of this. We believe we'll be very successful, and everyone here is very committed to bringing this to light. Our plan with this talented team. Phase 1 is our product testing happening now in California. What our plan is to get 75 dates set up using our system. We don't have the app built, but we are going to mimic the user flow using Google Forms and websites where people can upload their video. We will manually connect them with other people in their area who are free on the same days as them. See if we can get some successful dates, some surveys. Of course, they're going to love it, find it much easier than the frustrating dating apps they're using now. And we will suggest to all of our daters a specific venue. When, let's say, half or a third of those people choose that venue, we will then reimburse them. We'll reimburse their dates anyway, but when we get their receipts and their photos, we can then take those back to that venue, say, hey, we drove you some business. We'd like you to partner with us and use our app as ad space. Once we have those venue partnerships and that feedback from our happy customers, we will be able to go back to the big investors and incubator programs and ask for the bigger investments. So we're looking for $500,000 to $2 million for the next round, which will then build the app. We will then collect real user data, be able to tweak the Spark meter and the coin buckets, and optimize monetization based on real user data. Roll out the premium features throughout 2023. And in 2024, we will, of course, expand to more cities. And we also want to build out a concept called Mates. So Daytz prioritizes real-life connections. We want to get you in the same place at the same time so you can determine whether there's chemistry in real life, because that's the best way to do it. However, there is a genuine space for online connections, whether those are romantic or platonic. There's online long-term relationships. There is, people making a lot of friends online these days. We want to build a space for them as well. So what does the dating app industry look like? People are looking for love. They're also looking for dating apps, and they're also looking for fresh ideas. The evidence for that is here. Plenty of Fish, as well as People Media, which sold for 80 million. Plenty of Fish sold for 575 million. These were coding exercises by people just learning to code, learning a new language, wanted to build something. 0 advertisements, 0 investments. People found them, signed up, and before you know it, they had companies worth multi-millions. Now, Bumble came out with a fresh idea of women messaging first, which basically is the same app, but it's a very good marketing campaign. It's a women-owned company, lots of women engineers working there, and women messaging first, but really there's only one minor tweak to the same design of dating apps, which is the swiping app. But nonetheless, people flocked to it, and their valuation skyrocketed to $4 billion at one point. And now that they've been around for a while, people are frustrated, saying it's the same problem. You know, women message first, but they don't say much. They say hi, just like any other conversation. There's still a lot of ghosting. Hinge is trying some new ideas that are pretty exciting, and their growth in the last couple years has been very impressive. So I believe that any fresh idea people are ready for because they're very frustrated with their current apps. I believe Daytz will be a very refreshing idea once they hear about it. People we've talked to already that use dating apps are very excited about it because we will be able to actually produce dates and human connections, whether they're friends, romantic, long-term, or short-term. So what we're doing now is the product testing in California, in Southern California. The family and friends round, which is ongoing now, is funding that opportunity, as well as some legal and marketing costs. This is going to get us those 75 dates, those venue partnerships, and cover this phase that we are in now of getting that feedback from venues and users to convince the larger investors that we are a solid investment. Once we finish the family friends round, as well as the product testing and venue partnerships, we will then get the larger funding, of course, build the app through 2023. I believe it'll take 6 months to get the beta version out, another 6 months to tweak that and get the monetization right, as well as the premium features. And then growing our user base will take some time. I believe we'll begin to see profits by the end of 2024, and they will soar quickly. Sky's the limit from there. I believe if we have, once we get the word of mouth out there and people see that we are actually getting dates, people will flock to our app as well. So thank you so much for listening to this presentation of Daytz, the first ever social itinerary app that is going to revolutionize the dating app industry. If you have any further questions about the investment opportunity, the dating app itself, or me, or our plans to make this successful, please don't hesitate to reach out with the contact information below. Thank you so much. This idea has been copycatted, excuse me, since I first found them.